Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. We are just in the final stages of getting things wrapped up here. Bear with me, I'm taking care of some business out there. Hang on, there we go. All right, and we'll go ahead and get rid of that one too. All right, so welcome in. We're trying something a little new today. We'll see how it reflects down the road. But again, we're in the last couple of days of streams. Um, they may seem like they go on hiatus for next week. I start a new job and just don't know how it will affect streaming. So we'll just right now just plan on the week off next week. We won't be able to put anything up anyway. However, you on YouTube will continue hopefully to see videos as they come out. We'll put them into a kind of a slow release so they can, you can at least find something over on our YouTube channel. If you're not part of our YouTube channel, now's a good time. If you're over here on Twitch, just put a link in the chat box. Come over, check us out. Love for you to subscribe there. It's like following here. It's free. If you allow notifications, you'll know when a video releases. So it's really a good deal over there. And over here on Twitch, you can click follow. It too is free. And when you have notifications on, you'll know when we go live. All right. Well, you kind of got a hint of what today's start flight is. Also, if you happen to see the title box, okay, kind of gave it away there too. We are in Angola, Luanda, Angola. Yeah, we're in the dark continent, Africa. Yeah, I know. I can hear you all singing the song from Toto. But yeah, we're in Angola, Africa, getting ready to go to, but you couldn't guess where we're going. Don't look at the title. If you need to cheat, look at the plane. Yeah, Namibia. And this happens to be the destination of the month for Millennium Aviation. So I thought, hey, let's knock it out here super quick so we can keep on the list there that we've flown all 12 of the destinations for this year come December. Or would it be January next year? Anyway, considering you could fly on December 31st. All right, but yeah, we're on Air Namibia. We are flying from Angola to Namibia. Hope you enjoy this flight. The aircraft is for the most part ready to go, and just kind of waiting our straggling passengers to find their way into the plane. I hope you've had a fantastic week. It is hump day. We're coming over the hump and headed for the weekend. So I hope you've all had a great week. I've actually kind of taken the week off to kind of reset my body, so to speak, also, and get ready for the new job come Monday. Monday. Yeah, I know. I just triggered every um, uh, copyright trigger to go off. I love when I do that. Anyway, but yeah, we'll start Monday delivering parts throughout the area that I live here in St. Louis. All right, well, let's get up in the plane. Like I said, I've got it pretty well ready to go. I'm just waiting for the stewardesses back there, the flight attendants, let me, so I can just hear the backlash on that. Ooh, to tell me, hey, we got them all. Get out of here. So anyway, hey, it's a fun time. That's what flight simming's supposed to be. We've actually had a pretty challenging week of flights to date, mostly instrument flying, something many in the flight sim were going, what, where are you finding all this? All you gotta do is fly the Northeast, but or the Eastern Seaboard to find it. Wow, it has just been uh, ugly out on the East Coast. Till you get, of course, to the Sunshine State, and well, it lives up to its name. So, Florida. So, with that in mind, let's do a little proactiveness. Take a look at what this flight is. The next flight's also in Dark Continent territory, and it's part of a tour I'm doing with Millennium. So many great things you can do here at Millennium. It's a really good airline. Let me put that up in the chat box. It's also in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. I mean, you can fly just about any aircraft you want in any livery you want. All you got to do is just the very couple basic rules. Book the flight, fly it on Smart Cars 3, and don't crash it. You crash it, they'll deny it, and you're going to have to do it again. I mean, it's pretty simple. Great technology with Smart Cars. The website is really good. Oh, could it be polished up? Every website could be polished up. Let's be real. So I'm not even going to entertain that other than to say it's a really good airline. Easygoing guidelines, and management is always there to help you out. And if you're curious, Millennium Aviation grew out of a streamer by the name of Captain Mac. Oh, excuse me for the sniffles there, folks. Jeez. Neanderthal I am. Yes, I am. No. But no, seriously, MACAIR came from Captain Mac, and between him and the people he had around him to set it up, they did a really good job. Their Discord channel is really good, and I highly recommend them. I've been with them at least 5-7 years, somewhere in that ballpark, and I do highly recommend them. However, I right now do not recommend a taxi or takeoff with all these birds. Holy mackerel. Yep, they're going where they need to nest in Southwest. Oh, did I say that out loud? But, oh wait, are they going to actually land? Hang on. Inquiring minds want to know. That is pretty cool. They don't actually land, but that's pretty cool. Laminar, I'm impressed. That's some of the best I've seen. All right. So I just got informed, hey, we are ready. They're putting the final bags into the plane. So let's pre-flight and get ready to go, shall we? You all didn't get to see that. Let me see if I can do this. Hang on. I had Sim Toolkit up. Let's see. They lifted off. But yeah, they were like hovering, like they were walking on the ground. That was pretty cool. And now they're off to cause trouble. Yeah, that's all birds are good for. It's cause trouble. And poop on everything. Just keeping an eyeball. Nope, I don't see them anymore. Alrighty. Nice little distraction there. All right, let's get Sim Toolkit back up here and go to work. That's what you all are here for. All right, we're going from Luanda here in Angola down to Windhoek, in Namibia, aboard Air Namibia. Now, don't look for Air Namibia. It went out of business several years ago. I don't know if there's any hopes of revitalizing it or not, but I know they're working on beefing up some airports down here for more travelers from Europe to holiday down here. I'm getting your language. I got it. All right. For the loadout today, kind of take these numbers, grain of salt, 24,000 pounds of payload. We actually uplifted 19,200 pounds of fuel, and we are running with 111 people, no cargo. And there's our little route down to Namibia. Cost index 5 and flight level 390. So should be a fun flight. Been watching this cloud over here for a little bit. Hang on. Well, hopefully it'll remain. We're going to do the weather real quick. Winds out of the west, 270 at 9. Unlimited visibility. We've got a few clouds at 2,000 and broken at 7,000. Nothing significant as of yet. Down in Namibia, where a lot of people head for safaris, winds are out of the northwest, 330 at 4 knots. Unlimited visibility, but towering cumulus, broken 3,500. So we'll kind of keep our eyeballs out for all of that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I've been watching these clouds growing, and I'm finding that kind of impressive with laminar. Soon they'll have to put towering Q here. So, all right. So, hey, you know what? Like I said, they're starting to peel away, get rid of our brigade. All right, we'll start pulling the ladders away too, and as soon as we've been given the green light, we'll be ready to go. How about that, folks? You're like, what? Yeah, we're getting things up and ready to go. Okay, we are up on the EPU. Gen's on, so we shall disconnect. Turn those fuel pumps on. Announce we're getting ready to move with the beacon. And more importantly, those blades on the engines are about to start turning. Gotta love the aircraft chosen to sit in the spots. Amazing. Southwest flies up here or down here. What? They're everywhere. What can I say? So, no, I'm pretty sure Southwest Airlines does not fly in the dark continent. All right, all we got left are the chocks. Let's get in here. We're going to clear the external power. Everything's in auto. Good. Weight and balance. Takeoff. Guarantee. Here's the takeoff. 2709. Here's the information. Here's what we're doing. 137, 138, 140. And approximately the max that we would run down is 8,300 feet of runway. More than likely up in here somewhere. All right. And let's get the chocks kicked. All right. We are ready to go. Oh yeah, and by the way, we are on ACARS already. One of the neat features with smart cars is it's automated. You book the flight from point A to point B, and when your airplane is at point A, guess what? It starts as long. Well, it doesn't matter. It will start the flight to point B. So hopefully that's where you want to go and not to a different point. Then you'll have to cancel the flight and then set up a new destination. Or it'll yell at you. Oh, there's two destinations. Which one do you want to use? One moment. Still battling the we're still battling the cold, and so yeah, the two flights today is pretty much what we're going to be able to do. All right, let's crank this baby up. By chance, did you all bring the keys so I could turn it over? No? Oh well. Short stream, huh? All right, we're cranking up number 2. I had the keys all the time. Pinocchio pushed that nose in. All right, with the veil on number 2, we can actually start up number 1. All right, we have a light off. All right, with a veil, let's start the 3-minute count and get into it. Go up top here, APU bleed off. Seatbelt set. Ground spoilers to armed. Flaps to 1. Okay, trim, good. Lock. All right, let's go back up, kill the APU. Come back down and set the trim. All right, trim for today is up 0.4, so we're already up. Okay. And then I go ahead and just check things while I'm here. Okay, we're ready to go. Finishing that out, timer on. Brakes, we'll check, slides armed, auto brake to maximum. Takeoff check. We are good to go. All right, y'all ready? We're taxiing to runway 23. Let me kind of show this off a little bit. It's not where you think. Oh, it's a runway here, but it's not right behind us. You're going, what? Here's Luanda. Okay, you can see where we're parked. 25 is right behind us. 23, we just go to Bravo and taxi down and go. So I figured, what the heck, let's head there. And that's what I plan to do. So, and by the way, we are in Bravo 7, so we'll just take Bravo out of here. Luanda traffic, Namibia 14 departing 23. 80 knots. 100, hand is off the throttle. V1, rotate. Gear up. Flaps are coming up, and we are beginning our trek to Namibia. Like I said, the place where a lot of the safaris you see out there are at is Namibia. One of many, but it's a big one. Okay, we're firming up on course and headed to Windhoek. All right, I believe we're through transition. Coming out of a big scary cloud. All right, we're on our way. Right now, we're at 12,000 feet, estimating 2.5 hours. That'll probably go down a little bit more as we get altitude. But I'm glad to have you all aboard. Thank you for flying with us today. We plan a day in the Dark Continent. We'll be flying to Windhoek here, and then we'll be taking off from Sao Tome Island up to Cameroon. So stay tuned. If you're on Twitch, we'd love to have you for both flights. Ah. Yeah, it's been kind of a weird week here in St. Louis. Started off with a little freezing, supposedly. There was freezing rain and very light snow, and all week long, and then immediately into the 40s, near 50 that day. So obviously it didn't stick around. And then from there on, we've just been slowly climbing to probably 70s, near 80 this weekend. So what a great, I mean, granted soggy, which by the way, we could use all that rain, which I see it rained again. How about that? Hey, we can take it though. We need it. We've been kind of pushing drought conditions here, so any rain is always helpful, especially in front of the big planting season in Illinois, Missouri. Well, not maybe so much Missouri, but Iowa and, basically where we get a lot of our crops out of. So really welcomed rain. All right, I don't know what transition level was, but we're switching. All right, we're going to just continue on, and just a side note, we're already 2 hours, 15 minutes. So we lost 15 minutes in that 2-minute gap. So you can tell as we're getting higher, we're getting faster, and yeah, we'll be there pretty quick. So y'all enjoy. Thank you for flying with us. YouTube, we tried something new. Let me know, one, if you noticed, and two, if you liked it. Just trying something. YouTube, we can do this with. Twitch being a live stream platform really can't do what we did on YouTube. But I'm kind of curious if anyone noticed it. So, all right. So we're on our way. And no, I did not. It's not me. Did we put a new host in? No. I would love to dual stream. I really just don't think this computer has it in it. There have been a couple of times where we tried live on Discord at the same time we were live on Twitch. It could be simple coincidence, coinkydinks, but we always had some issues. And so I have just decided live stream Twitch, and over on YouTube is where you can go and see the video made of it. So that way, if you missed something or you didn't you can go to YouTube, back it up, go forward, back it up, go forward, figure out what I did wrong. Never know. Now we're out over the savannas of Africa. Okay, and the Atlantic Ocean. You know, looking at this, hang on, get that off from the bottom. At this livery, there is a lot to be said for simplicity. A white tube, little wording on it about the airline, and a nice, and let's look, the tail, really nice, bright colors. Very simple. And, you know, granted, don't get me wrong, Southwest, a little crazy sometimes, but they're okay. But yeah, simple sometimes works. In the case of American, not so much. They need to get away from the gray. But it's just, you know, I love these simple, simple paints. And, I mean, Allegiant to some degree does it. And I mean very some degree. But, yeah, it just, I like the simplicity here. It's a shame the airline just couldn't survive. And again, you know, we are talking Africa, which when we think Africa, pretty impoverished area of the world. Granted, it has its decadence in some areas, but overall, I know that's what, unfortunately, and I'm not trying to stereotype, comes to mind, for me at least. So, it's just, you know, I just wish they could, like the Far East, fly. I mean, yesterday we talked about it. The amount of people traveling all over the Far East is incredible. Hence why there's so many wide bodies. Not the case over here in Africa. Maybe up by the Med, maybe down in South Africa, but everywhere else, it doesn't seem so. And again, folks, this is my very limited scope looking in at it, and not as knowledged as I am in other areas of the world. I mean, look up at Lagos, which is Nigeria, I think it is. A lot goes on there and across the southern part of that area. But again, you get inland and it gets sparse again. So, and granted, a lot of that area up there is desert. So that doesn't help. All right, we're through 30,000, and I'm going to get myself out of that rabbit hole. I'm digging pretty deep into a deer hole. And you know, I'm just going to follow our verse of the day. If you didn't catch it in the beginning, no worries. It's a psalm David wrote. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations, and I will be exalted in the earth. I think David nailed it right on the head. There's a lot. King David was an interesting character if you ever want to study First, Second Samuel's, and I think he's in First Kings. I'd have to go back and double check my thinking. Many said the apple of God's eye in mankind. Boy, did he screw up, though. Just goes to show it doesn't matter if outward appearance and how God seems to just bless upon bless upon bless. When you dig into David's life, it's very flawed. And quick overview, call it a spoiler alert. Well, yes, he was this great warrior, this great king of Israel, and all of that is so true. He also committed adultery, and add insult to injury to that commandment going down, committed murder. We're not going to go through the whole story. You can read into it. But, well, assisted in the commission of murdering his mistress's husband. So, yeah. But yeah, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations, and I will be exalted in the earth. This psalm, number-wise, whether historically it comes close to when one of the big repentance psalms that David wrote, 51, about that said incident. Basically, by his problem that caused him not, well, and probably other acts that he committed in with God's, blessings, to not be able to build the temple. So, anyway, just be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations, and I will be exalted in the earth. So, King David, one of many flawed men out there, and women. Yeah, there are women of the Bible, folks, very prominent, flawed as well, and did some great things and some bad things. So, welcome to humanity. Okay, we're into flight level 370, headed 2 more up, flight level 390. On a somewhat beautiful day in the neighborhood of Angola and Namibia. Although I'm kind of waiting to see if the bad weather shows up or not. Now, why wouldn't it? Well, I rolled the clock back to start at the time I'm at, and I think it even went an hour behind that. So it's like, I believe it'll say 9:44. Yeah. And I think the weather may have followed. So anyway, why I say that, take a look. You can see us right here, and this is what we got to fly up to here soon. And there's a little activity down here in Windhoek. All right, we're doing pretty good on frame rates. I saw us in the 30s there, so that's not bad. Let's see if I go to Aft tab. Oh, we're running in the low 40s. You can see the kind of terrain real close. And I don't think No, we don't really get a good sense of it here. But hang on, let me get up here. All right. Well, I guess we do kind of get a sense of it. Here's that plane and maybe the higher terrain. I don't know. Obviously, never been down there, so I don't know. All right, so let's set sail for Windhoek. About an hour and 50 minutes ahead of us, 50 minutes. And should be on the ground shortly. Hopefully you enjoy. We'll let some music run and enjoy the first of two flights. All right. I had to get a decongestant to try to tame my nose a little bit. Um, Looking at some news headlines here, James Van Der Beek. Guy looks familiar. Can't place where I've seen him. Dead at 48. Oh, man, God rest his soul. After ignoring coffee symptom that turned to be cancer. So weird. What they try to come up with as headlines, I don't understand. Another one, hang on. More aviation related. Deadly collapse in Charles de Gaulle's Terminal 2 Echo. Wow. I wonder, I don't even want to begin speculating what could have happened. Man, my prayers go out to all of those who may have been in when that terminal collapsed. Real quick, yeah, I mean, that one there, I'm curious about Terminal 2 Echo. Isn't that the main terminal? I mean, granted, there are terminals all over the place at Charles de Gaulle, but wasn't that like the main terminal for quite a while before the others sprang up? Just curious. And curious if that's actual news or not, because I haven't heard it anywhere else. I never take MSN news as actual news. It usually is fake. So, some interesting things aside from the big story, of course, in the Middle East. Now, one other little snippet I caught, oil prices, which surged yesterday, seem to now be falling. Again, is that fake news? Is that real news? Who knows? When it comes to NBC, flip a coin, and that's even probably fake. I have just learned not to trust a word out of them. CNN, MSN, even Fox, and just get my news from places that I trust and people that are, in appearance, at least trustworthy. So, until they make it fake. All right, get myself out of that huge rabbit hole, sinkhole that I was digging there. Kind of curious, though, about that guy that ended up having cancer over a coffee um, diagnosis or something. What? Not even worth going in to read if you're going to be that vague. All right, I think we're starting to see some of that weather that VATSIM radar eluded us to. Well, hang on. I screwed up like usual. Ah, boy, I'm really screwing up here. Sorry, folks. All right, I think I fixed it. Yay, I fixed it. Oh, boy. All right, so you can see what we're approaching is this storm complex. You can kind of see it out this windshield here. Not showing anything as of yet here on the radar, but and that's at 160 miles. Oh, we're starting to get some blips. So anyway, we'll just kind of kick back, relax. We'll stay away from the news headlines because if it's on TV, I start yelling at them for fake, 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 fake news. And I'm starting to do the same thing looking at the news here on the internet where the fake news originates. Because that's all our news people locally know how to find anymore is what's on the internet. All right, we've got, hang on, I can't read it. About an hour and 30 minutes or so to Windhoek. Sit back, relax, enjoy the cruise. We should be there, like I said, in about an hour and a half. And then we'll get ready for flight number 2. All right, folks, been working on some stuff behind the scenes here in a way to help try to promote a little bit. Hope you see it up on YouTube and Twitch if you go into clips. But anyway, hey, welcome in as we are in that storm area. Let's take a look at it here real quick. Here's our little marker right here. We're right in the middle of all of this fun weather. Again, I can't remember if I set it to current condition weathers, because like I said, I rolled the clock back probably 5, 6, 7 hours. So I don't know which weather we're getting. I'll be honest. I can't remember if I checked that or not. I always forget about that now that we have that option to fly the weather of when we set the date and time to. So, all right, we've crossed over the 1 hour remaining mark and cruising for Windhoek. I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been a fun little trip. So will our tour trip here in the dark continent. That will be as well. And from Saitek Island to Cameroon. So, but I'm glad to have you all aboard. Thank you for taking some time today. And hope you enjoy. If you're new to Twitch, or at least our Twitch channel, like what you see, hey, we'd always love you to hit that follow button. Hey, the worst it costs you is you get an email saying, hey, Flying with Mike just went live. And if you're over on watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, free, and just let you know a video's been released. Oh, we definitely have some thunderstorms up ahead. They are starting again to smatter on the radar slightly, so we'll kind of watch that. But overall, we've got a great flight out of Luanda, and hope you enjoyed as well. Well, that was interesting. Must be getting bumped around quite a bit to kick it off. Okay, last clip I want to get. Bear with me. All right, let's get back into this thing and pay attention a little more since the autopilot kicked off once. All right. What a day. Oh, we're starting to get a little more intense up ahead. All right, that's cool. Okay, we've got about 20 minutes, I'm thinking. Top of descent looks like about 200 miles out. Chewie's got us in hyperspace, and we're on our way. And for the few out there that may not know that reference, Star Wars. All I gotta say, Star Wars. And if you have access to Disney Plus, you have access to Star Wars. Well, I'm going to tell you, some of these clouds, woo, little on the ominous side to start with. Almost sci-fi-ish in look. Not sure what that is intended, but it doesn't look very friendly. Warp speed. All right, you know what? It's time. Not sure what we're flying into, so let's get them in their seats. Well, it is raining again here. Good deal. Yeah, they're talking by the time the weekend gets here, a couple of inches of rain could have fell here. And to be honest, that's really how we would like it anywhere. Spread out over time so it has time to really soak in and be ready for when the farmers start cutting the fields and getting them ready for planting. Oh man, a lot ahead of us. Oh, we're getting some red now ahead of us. Ooh. Well, I hope you enjoyed yesterday's flight, Kaitak to Narita. By the way, it is at Yahoo or Yahoo, YouTube, Yahoo. No, it is up and posted on YouTube. IMC takeoff, IMC landing, IMC on the ground with all 18 wheels. Said Sam, I am. No, instrument meteorological conditions for both takeoff and landing. Really a fun flight for 1,800 miles. So, again, as I iterated, I do not know if that would have been in the days of Kaitak legal conditions to depart. Because remember, if something happens, you got to come back. Now, today, in the flight sim world, or just plain old flight sim world, we don't have to worry about that. Two reasons. One, we're flight simmers. Two, we have the new airport we can bolt back to if we need to, and minimum's much lower, I'm sure. So I'll put that caveat out, but boy, it was fun. And it is a marvelous scenery the person behind the creation made. No exterior scenery libraries needed other than X-Plane 12. I like people. I like developers who do it that way. Or they've provided it all. I get it. Those of you doing it for free expect us to have it, which is fine. But I love it when they're done that way. Plus the couple of surprises, for me at least. We'll see if you find them the same. So really, a great scenery there that I used in Kaitak. It's funny, we got this big scary cloud ahead of us, and the only big scary thing in our path is 60 miles ahead. Wonder why it's not showing up on the radar. Don't go to the big scary cloud. Hey, Downwind Sim, welcome in. Welcome in. Did you enjoy your time at the Lake Tahoe 200 yesterday? I was close to coming in, but I thought, no, I'm not doing laps around the lake. Don't go in the big scary clouds. Who knows? Maybe V'ger's in here. See how many know that reference. Well, that would be even better than doing circles around the lake, having dinner with the daughter-in-law. Very cool. Thought of you as you went by Mid-America. Well, we appreciate it. We haven't been at the airport in a couple of years, but we appreciate the thought nonetheless. I'll be out there again in a couple days to pick up the wife and sister-in-law when they come back. So, but yeah, nice. Like I said, I was tempted, but then laps around the lake in an airplane, just even if I had my own airplane, I don't think I'd do that. That's exactly right. I play flight sim. Yeah. Well, I've got a new job Monday, so with as much as my body's hurt for the last 6, 7, 8 months, figured it's good to take a week, let it recuperate, get ready for driving again, and get my mind in a good place for the road. Albeit the road of St. Louis, which, as you may know, you need your mind somewhere to get through St. Louis. That big red blip just kind of disintegrating. I was hoping we'd see V'ger. All right, we're about maybe 10 minutes now from top of descent. Yeah, pretty close. I'm going to go ahead, set the numbers in the aircraft now while we're in a big scary cloud. All right, hang on a second. I got too many windows open again. There's what I'm looking for. There we go. All right, weather here is as of 1600 Zulu. Cool. Numbers are good then. We have some rain now at Windhoek, Namibia. As you can tell here, 3,000 CB cumulus, 3,500 broken, towering cumulus. Yay, us, and light rain. Okay, so everything looks good here. where the heck's the, oh, there it is. 10, I'm like, where the altimeter? There's so much information there. 1017 translates to 3003 inches of mercury. And we'll only need 5,000 feet or so of that 15,000 foot runway. All right, over here, we'll put the QNH in at 1017. Got a temperature of 27. And they're saying 210 at 3. Wow. I would have expected more wind. And for the ILS, we're looking at a minimum 228. All right, one thing to note with this airport. It is higher terrain. The airport elevation is 5,641 feet above sea level. Most of Africa is that way, unless you're along the coasts. So it turns into being some fun, especially with older ACAR systems that were made for flight simming. Yeah, it was kind of fun. So our approach speed will be around 130, 122 for landing. Sounds good. Where'd all the big scary clouds go? All right, we're through the rough stuff, it looks like, for now. Rainy in your neighborhood? Yeah, pretty much here too. I haven't even looked at the radar to see if there's any relief in sight. No. Well, actually, yeah, in a couple of hours. Yeah, in a couple of hours. That big storm complex out in Jeff City, Springfield, Missouri area, that'll be over us, and then there'll be another one. Hey, it's spring. This is what we need. And it's not white. Or slick, or, well, it's slick because it's water, but not frozen. Oh yeah, we can turn LS off, go to airports, even though there aren't many out here. And I always forget to do this, which makes my RNAV, RNIP approaches never fully work like they're supposed to. Because I always forget to turn off LS when I get airborne. Oh, wow. That cloud just went poof. That was pretty cool. All right, let me take a look. That was not the one I wanted. That one. Yeah, we're kind of in a lull. We'll have a little more action in front of us maybe here shortly, but we're pretty much, as they say, on the downhill. And not the skiing downhill type. Although that could be fun. All the lovely intertropical convergence zones. I'm sorry, they look like Cylon raiders to me. But much better than long ago. So I look forward to what 4.1 brings, because supposedly some more weather updates and other items to update. All right, top of descent, 60 miles out. I can't remember if Windhoek has jetways or not. I think it does. I'm not certain though. It's been a while since I've been in there. Been flying this Airbus tour of Africa for better part of a year now, and it's like every time I fly through a place, get a little further up on the tour, the destination of the month ends up somewhere on that tour, which is cool. I've been there, so I know a little bit to expect. Very little, because yeah, it's Africa. We don't fly there very often in many places, unless you're up in the north, hitting Algeria or Egypt. You know, up in that area, even over towards Casablanca and all of that. But, or if you're flying South Africa. In the middle, not many people ever dare fly it in the flight sim. And I love flying it. Nairobi, that's so much fun. Kenya. Oh, love going in there. And Kilimanjaro is a neat little airport. Lagos is actually pretty cool. There in Nigeria. So, wait a minute. Did I already say? Anyway, so. Oh, Nairobi. Yeah. I thought I had repeated myself. At my age, it's quite possible. Not sure I like this Sudafed replacement, our pharmacist said. Ooh, big scary cloud. All right, I'll be right back before we hit top of descent. One moment. All right, I'm back with you. Let's get in here. We should be at about top of descent. "17 miles. All right, let's see. 8,000. All right, we are beginning our descent to 8,000. Now, let me pull up the ILS chart. Current weather, 2 hours old. Love it. All right, so we're going to come in here to Jawi, and we're going to fly the 14-mile arc into MPEP, 12 miles out at 8,000 to the airport. Again, it's 5,600 feet above sea level, and so we have to be, higher altitudes, expect it. So, and that's why we're slow descending right now. At Omata, we will steepen up to make that 10,000. Chart actually says Jawi at 8,000, so I guess I'll adjust. All right. Real quick run through. Most of this we don't have to set other than the 8,000 at 8.8 from Windhoek's VOR. We're not under CTAF here, so we don't have to switch over to tower, anything like that. The only thing we would be required is if a center or approach or tower, which I hate to break it, rarely happens. I know of a couple people trying to get certified in parts of Africa. Hallelujah, we'll take the control when we can. But it's also nice for it to be quiet. And a lot of this continent is, unfortunately, by position report. All right, the important stuff here will come in at 8,000, fly the arc. Minimums for us today, 5,700 or decision altitude. Let me get the right name. 5,728 feet, or that's MSL, 228 feet AGL. Big difference here because of it being 5,600 above sea level to start with. We need at least 600 meters, not miles, for visibility. But it's meters. And we're going to fly at about 700 feet a minute if for some reason the glide slope doesn't work. No approaches. Here's the weather around us. Oh, it looks like someone's on the ground to meet us, maybe. Doubt it. Looks like they're on the move, so we'll see. All right, so that's what we have ahead of us. And when we get on the ground, let me just look. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I don't think there were jetways. Let me see. Nope, no charts whatsoever. Ooh, an MD-11 going back the way I just came. That's pretty cool. I kind of like this song, so I kind of let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Yeah, I'm going to get that song on your head, those that know Frozen. Just reading headlines again. They don't get better. All right, so let's start getting ready for this approach. All right, will be a precision approach. Okay, the arrivals in, the performance are set. All we need to do is set the winds. You can do this one of two ways. You can go to data, ACARS print, ACARS function, and then request. And they're uploaded. Or you could go to like we click the right side of the FMS, access wind data, and of course it won't, because we just did, update numbers. It might have. Anyway, and that'll work. Okay, and back to F plan. We're already in top of descent. Landing, we'll be using the landing LS and going to constraints. And McDo a radnav check. Okay, WD, let me get our ILS. ILS is WD 1030. Okay, and the course 256. That'll work. All right, go to perf. And we're to the point where we can just let her go until, let's just kind of close in, till we start the arc. monitoring the descent rates and all of that so that we're comfortably into the 8,000 foot mark. Another big scary cloud out there. And as we said at the beginning, if you're looking for a VA virtual airline to join, hey, MACAIR Virtual is one of those I highly recommend. Been flying with them nearly, I think, close to 7 years, 5 to 7 years, and I've enjoyed it. You may know the man behind MACAIR, Captain Mac. His videos are on YouTube. Great guy and great knowledge put out from him. So check it out. The airline is just as good. It's kept simple. You don't see that a lot lately in virtual airlines. They want to make it more like a job than simple flying. You can fly just about any airplane that's out there in any livery, and it's just kept simple for you to enjoy. That's what flight simming's all about, enjoyment. So check them out, macairvirtual.com, MACAIR Virtual. Be right back. The CEO is giving me a call. She called to report life's a beach. It's raining. Yeah, all I could tell her, it's been raining here too. Hey, maybe she's watching the stream now that the beach is not the beach. One could hope. But anyway, we're getting ready to hit the 14-mile arc. And what's the max? Do they have a max speed on it? No. We may intervene a speed restriction besides the 250. All right, get the cabin notified. All right, LS McDo. Okay, approach procedures. We will continue in the managed mode. Currently, speed brakes are still down. And we can verify that, ooh, as we get real close to that big scary cloud. We're turning away. All right, let's get that music tamed down for the approach. All right, we're coming in to 240, 10,000. We'll get the lights all up and running here. Okay, seatbelts are on. We are on the arc. And I am going to all right, double check, see if we've had any updated weather. We may not have. It's 2.5 hours old. The other thing we run into, us Yanks over here in the U.S. flying over here, and we find their flight ops end kind of early. It's about 6 or 7 in the evening there. Okay, we're in approach mode. And we are turning for the ILS. Yeah, Windhoek traffic, Namibia 14 over the initial fix for runway 26. How far out are we here? Three green. Okay, radars can stay on gear down. 3 green. Flaps full. Spoilers armed. Brakes set. Cleared to land. Yeah, Windhoek traffic, Namibia 14, about 5 miles out, 26. All right, hands back on the throttle.
Above, 300, minimum 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
All right, welcome to Windhoek Airport. Again, MACAIR, Millennium Aviation's destination of the month. As soon as we clear up, we'll call Charlie. Windhoek traffic, MACAIR, correction, Namibia 14, clear of 26 at Charlie. Okay, and now I just got to remember where we park. Hang on a second. Easiest way to find out. Google. All right, APU's available, brake fans on. Does not appear to be any trouble there. Okay. Yeah, when in doubt, always go to Google. Helps you out, especially here in Africa. All right, landing lights, ground spoilers, engine mode's normal, flaps are up, APU's running, terrain's off, weather radar's off, brake fans off, and we can shut them down. Oh wait, we got a hot brake. Never mind, we got one still trying to get hot. Okay. Oh, we rolled quite a bit. Oh well. Okay, now that's, you know, how it goes sometimes. I thought we set the brakes. Okay, well, we didn't. So let's take a look at Millennium. I heard the chime. Okay, 292. We'll take it. Definitely will take that. All right, let's pull in Elevatech here real quick, and then we'll call this flight completed and get ready for the next flight. Oh, stand by real quick. And it was raining, and now the sun's out. The CEO, much needed rest. All right, 137. Ooh, a little fast. 1.5 Gs and 295. We planted it 1,500, just about 18 to 1,900 feet down the runway on the center line for the most part. So, all right, so let's get rid of Elevatech. All right, and let's bring in the official scorekeeper. We use Sim Toolkit for that. What is this? I know what it was. Microsoft going, we want your money. Come on. 420 feet a minute, 137 knots at 1.5. Okay, not bad. Let's complete. Okay, and So we had a 2-hour, 20-minute flight, 854 miles. We already know the outcome. Let's take a look at what it looked like in the report. 1,900 feet down, 21 feet. Okay, yeah, I could see where they get that when you look at this picture. And that's fine. But again, I say a pretty good landing, and numbers pretty well. This kind of worries me a little bit of a roll in play, but all right. Well, hey, YouTube, it has been a great time on this flight. Like I said, we tried something new. Hopefully you saw it. And if you like it, say so in the comments. If you don't, say so in the comments. Love to hear from you. But for those of you on Twitch, thank you for sticking with us. We wish and hope you'll stick with us into the next flight. We will be saying goodbye to YouTube on this flight. They'll be able to watch the next video when it comes out of the flight we're about to do. So thank you all so much for flying with us. It's my pleasure. And you all have a blessed day. And I'm going to put the verse of the day up one more time. It's Psalm 46, King David. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted among the earth. King David wrote that, and talking with God and all, realizing that, yeah, he's the one that's going to be exalted. So, y'all have a fantastic day. Downwind Sim, glad to have you here. If you're up for it, you could hang around. We got another flight coming. Say Tome Island to Cameroon as part of a MACAIR tour that I've been doing for a better part of a year. So y'all have a great day. God bless. And if Twitch, you hang around, you'll get to see that. We'll be right back, Twitch.